Why are you over there? Why don't you come over here? Assume it's working. Be optimistic.
It looks much different from over here.
It does.
Yeah.
It's completely the opposite. What?
We rolling?
If you're watching right now, we are lacking our standard camera operator / person who does all the technical stuff. So we think we're doing it right. Hence the confusion. We'll find out.
Hopefully we don't get through the whole video like that one time and then figure it out.
Well, because there was only 3 of us that time.
Right,
We were all needed. We didn't have the luxury of someone to say, hey, jackholes,
Hello.
you have no audio.
Good times.
That was fun. That was a good day.
This is our streams bad. Oh, okay.
Are we
live,
good?
Our streams bad, and
All of those things are true.
how can you check
How
the
could
brightness?
we're live and our stream is bad?
Yes. How is it?
I don't know what that means.
A little better. Can we edit that?
It says we're on air.
Yeah.
We're good? Are we
Yeah, it's a little dark, but it'll work.
dark?
Yeah, the exposure is a little off. It's okay. This is what we get when Kevin
Kevin is
falls on a rock.
We're gonna chain him to here.
Show off the new mug.
This is our new mug available on filament.com. We also have sweatshirts. What else do we have?
I made a hat.
We have hats. What else do we have?
I think do we have a t-shirt?
We were
We
just
just
talking.
discussed it, huh?
Yes.
We have a t-shirt?
No, we don't, but we need
I
them.
haven't made a t-shirt yet. I'll make a t-shirt.
It'll probably look something like this, although this is the Cadillac model that I conveniently borrowed.
.com.
Oh, your tag's out. Bummer.
Ugh. The worst.
All right, shall we get started?
Yeah.
Cool. What are we doing?
Welcome to Philbot Live. On today's installment
A Philbot Live.
of Philbot Live, because it's live with Philbot, we're gonna do a recap on the last how many? 6?
6.
6
It was a great number to do a
recycling
review
studies.
at.
Right. It's half of a dozen.
Right.
It's a very satisfying number to do things. Like we couldn't do 7. A recap with 7 would just feel ridiculous.
It would. Well, this is the 7th.
A recap of 7.
Will we do a recap of the review? No. That
We
wouldn't
could
work.
do a meta review of all the recaps after each 6.
Yeah.
So after we do like 24, we can do
A full.
a meta recap.
Okay.
On the
That
previous
sounds good.
4 recaps, we did this.
And we've, doing this whole process of all these plastics, once we
Yeah.
go through them, we've learned so many different things, and we've been tweaking I've been going on and on about the case study and how it has to look, and
Yeah.
yeah.
There's been a lot of good information that's come out of this.
Yeah.
You know,
shit.
sometimes you just got to do stuff because you're going to learn from it.
Right.
This has not been a profitable endeavor for us, as viewers might imagine.
Not financially, but knowledge-wise.
Yeah.
Should we introduce our camera woman? No.
Nope.
We kind of did,
Fair
but
not.
all right. Well, feel free to move around over there. It's okay.
You know, it'd be super helpful if you weren't in front of the screen, though, so we could see what we're doing. Sorry.
Yeah,
No.
that's how Kevin does it.
Sorry, I'm not Kevin.
Be more like Kevin.
Sorry.
Don't brush your teeth.
Be more like
Sorry, Kevin.
Kevin's probably watching right
Yeah.
now. We shouldn't be mean to him. Kevin,
Okay.
we miss you. Feel better soon.
Okay, let's start with our first. Somebody's calling. Let's start with our first plastic. The first one that kicked off this program. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We made spools out of spools.
Which is really cool.
That's meta. We made the master spool.
We
And
did.
this was kind of what started so much of what we've been doing. I don't know if you can zoom in on that. But we started, really just kind of experimenting with how we were doing these studies and learning a whole bunch about, honestly, how a lot of these materials work really well and sometimes they just
Right.
don't. And sometimes you can explain why they're not working well, and other times you just have to
You just
speculate.
guess
You know,
and roll
yeah. I
with
mean,
it.
you're just throwing stuff against the wall and hoping
Right, hoping
it's
it
gonna work.
will it extrude. Oh, we should have a plug at that on the end. Can you remember that when we close? Okay, cool. So filament, what were they made out of? I think it was polycarbonate ABS blend. I believe I should probably check this, but I think the spools are made from like a recycled polymer. Like they have recycled content in them. I got to check on that. Anyway, we ground them up, we turned them into filament, and we
Yeah.
3D printed.
Well, they're recyclable.
Oh, they are
6.
recyclable.
Yeah,
Nice.
6.
I don't know. It might be
All 6?
polystyrene.
6. This one's different.
Yeah, that's
Got
not
a
our
Lego on it.
original spool.
No, it's also a 6. This one says PS. PS, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Does that mean we know it's polystyrene?
it's polystyrene.
Did I just make you look bad?
No, I think I gotta check my email
My
again.
bad.
No, because I contacted the manufacturer and then they said it was.
They lied to you?
Or I lied to you and
Oh,
our
nice.
viewers. That's bad.
It's because I have a beard.
All right, so we made filament, we ground them up, we 3D printed the master spool that you mentioned.
Yeah.
That was from Rich Rap. Rich Rap's working on that project, and we may be following up with him at some point. We did have kind of some difficulty printing with that material. We have all open build printers, so they don't have the enclosure around it. And if Kevin was here, he'd say something about patents and how patents are locking that down right now. So all of our printers are open, which means all the airflow around it is just ambient air. And we think that was the biggest issue when printing with that material and printing the spools. I mean, it's a rather large part compared to the other things we
Sure.
have here.
Yeah, this is not a quick thing to knock out, you know. So
I
if it
think
doesn't go right.
we did it like, we only had like a few hours to spare before the video went live. And we might have been printing, I don't think we were printing during live on that one.
I don't remember. We're
I don't
going
remember.
back.
That was
while.
that was a month ago.
It was more than that.
Month and a half.
I think this one might have even been before we started with these others.
Wow.
Might
So,
be 2 months.
so that happened.
Isn't it?
We had samples. Oh, we weren't saying. Well, I have to now. We had samples of that go out. That was a fun one.
Why can't we talk about the fact that we had samples? We had samples. We were pretty open about having
Well, you
samples.
said something about not. Oh,
I
bringing
said
the
don't tell
samples.
people that we can make more.
And my brain said just avoid samples in general. For
Probably
some
would have
reason.
been better rather than what we've just said now.
Yep.
We don't have any more samples. So if you're watching this and then you go back and you watch like this or any of the videos that talk about these materials, and it says, hey, we have samples. We don't have
We had.
samples anymore.
Right.
We had samples for like a minute.
But
But
you missed out. Yay! And once you know, some of this material you're gonna want samples of. All right, next one. Did we cover that well? I think
We covered it.
we covered it. Let's try better on the Legos because the
Okay.
Legos were it.
I wish the Legos were at the end. Because this one is such a fun one.
Okay.
With all the rest.
Do you want to skip those?
No, because we're going in order.
Okay.
I'm just expressing my personal feelings.
Legos. We all know what Legos are. We had great input from the community, but I think most of the input was like, why the heck are you doing that?
Because we can.
Right.
It's not, now, to be fair, this is a really personal thing. Like a lot of us grew up
Playing with Legos.
putting a lot of time into making things with Lego. And I think some people emotionally responded as if we had come in their house, taken their Legos and kicked their dog on the way out, and
Yeah.
then ground them up and made filament.
Right. We just took them from a kid down the road. No, we bought them off. Where'd we? I don't know where we got them. We had them.
I
or
just showed up
something.
and there was a huge bin of Legos and my productivity went to nothing for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, we still have them on the table. We're still like playing with them.
Yeah, I try not to.
Legos are made from ABS plastic. Chantel had told us that Lego plants are going to be made from PLA, which is a bio plastic. You check out that video, one of our past videos, we talked about. Yeah, a really high grade material.
Extruded filament was really hot.
So we mixed like gray. It worked, but we need more Legos for that.
But we did, right? Because we didn't, slightly different.
We print Lego. One is filament, and did we decide on her name? Polymer. So, the gray pieces, the hat, the bodies, and the arms on filament were printed with Legos.
It's hard to do. It's fun to take a material because it flies in frosting and do it the first few times once in a while for a customer, we're testing a filament or something.
Like a random plastic.
Something we've never seen,
right.
Carbon fiber or something cool like that. And that can be a lot of fun, but most of the time it's, all right, we're testing some plastic, right? Like it's not like it's boring, but it's not fun. This was fun because we had an emotional investment.
You must have not made filament before. It's fun with. I don't know if that's not a good sign.
I don't think anybody's buying our machines because they think that they're going to be super exciting to set up and we should
get really dizzy. I mean, people may do that with printers, but yes, to your point, yes, you're right. Fill a log.
We should do some filament spooling, but just have like a flame effect on it. People can watch that.
Yeah, like over the extruder.
Yeah.
I like that. We should just have it live streaming. We got to do that. Next time Kevin's out, we'll. All
right, that's what we'll do instead.
Like hours long. Okay.
And we'll give a gift certificate to the person who watches the longest. It'll be like those contests where you keep your hand on the car and that's first take the hand off the car, right?
Cool. All right. This one's gonna suck as well. Oh, bad. That was bad. Vacuum nozzles. We had a random. It wasn't really random. We just had a lot of vacuum nozzles. We have a local company that had a bunch, and
we work with one of our partners.
Yep.
Had all these shop vac nozzles
from Craftsman, and
yes.
I don't think it's working though.
Go team, no. No team, no. No means no. Anyway.
I think this one, up to this point, this was the trickiest material for us.
Really?
Yeah, because this was the ovality.
Oh, right.
So this was material, and that water bath,
But we hadn't done it with this one, right? We theorized on it?
I think we did it, but it was...
I thought we hadn't done it yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I thought it was with
this one coming up.
Yeah.
That might be. Was that Kevin?
We had a customer, so you were saying it's breaking up the video screen?
Yeah, Kevin said it's dead.
I wonder why.
Should we shut our...
What do we have running? We have computers on.
We have nothing more than usual.
We're in the middle of Vermont. That's why.
I mean, once in a while it does this. It's still recording, right? It still says it's pushing out live.
Yeah.
Is it backlit?
Yeah.
What did you just do?
It might have been a coincidence, but the microcell. Cool.
Okay.
So we're back.
Hopefully you're watching. If you're still watching, thank you. If not, you don't know that I'm saying this.
Maybe they didn't hear my joke.
Please don't say it again.
Okay, so let's start over on this one. We did Legos. Now we're doing vacuum nozzles. We had a bunch of vacuum nozzles.
Vacuum nozzles.
Vacuum nozzles.
Vacuum nozzles.
Say that 10 times fast. No.
Don't dare me. We ground them up. We made them into filament. We had an issue with ovality.
Is that a word? I have to stop you and ask.
Spooler is not a word.
No, but it's a name.
Yeah, but we use it as a descriptor.
But it's fair. All right. My response was going to be, but everyone knows what that means. Ovality, I guess. People would know what that means.
I think ovality is a word. Wait, can you fact check that? All right, so yeah, the ovality was an issue. We were keeping it when we were shooting it through our laser system. We could see the. Oh,
It is?
nice.
Nice. All right, my bad. I'm wrong.
So we were measuring the right size, but it was super wide on the other axis. That was because of cooling. So we made that work. We printed a tiny print here. There's super high shrinkage. You can see how it warped, but we made it work. And
Sort of, but we didn't have samples for this, if I
We
remember
didn't,
correctly.
no,
because
because
the
of-
filament was so crummy that we weren't going to subject people to it.
right, and it wasn't that the material didn't work, right? Like it's pretty durable stuff and
Yeah.
flexible. It was just the ovality. So
Which affected the printing.
which affected the printing, and we don't really want to send stuff that's gonna damage your system and
Or make you
jam.
hate us.
Right. That's not the goal here.
No, we want you to love us.
Where's the question?
We have a question.
Is it a good question?
It's a good question.
You have
All
to say
right.
it loud enough for the mic.
Okay, so Richard said, I guess the big question, what does all this tell you about using recycled plastic materials for 3D printing? So why are we doing this?
That's a great question.
Should we hold that question for the end?
No, let's answer it now.
Okay.
All right. I mean, it's halfway through.
Is this the intermission?
Intermission. Go get some popcorn. Wait, no, you want to hear
Don't-
this answer.
I'm having Monty Python the Holy Grail
Halftime
flashbacks
show.
with its cheesy music.
I'll be a cheerleader. The halftime show? I guess that would be more of a singer than a halftime show. Yeah. All right, moving on. Let's answer the question.
What does this teach us about recycled plastics? It's hard.
It
This is not easy stuff. And when we take a step back and we're looking at the idea of plastic, the way we use plastics in society, the way that, we all want to recycle plastic, that's not a trivial thing. I think quite often as consumers, and I certainly know I felt this way before coming into Philbot, I thought it was as simple as you take this thing and you put it in the recycling bin and bam, it was good to go. And I didn't realize how much of the stuff I was putting in there was probably never going to get recycled. It was just going to get pulled out before it even made it to that process.
Right.
Because we don't have the facilities, because we use so many different types of plastic.
Right. Yeah, we've been, I think with us, it's proving out the hardware, and for a long time, I mean, we started the company around recycling, right? And then we went into like the engineering side, which is one of our business market
Sure.
segments. And now this whole study is really bringing us back to, these are the household materials. How do we recycle these? Some of these materials don't have the recycling logo on them, but being able to take them and reprocess them, turn them back into a usable material in 3D print, I mean, you can see my face lighting up. I'm just like so excited about that. I get a little sad when it's Legos, but
It had to be done.
it had to be done. I think we've asked ourselves a lot of questions like that while doing like the Lego one. Like, is it right? Does it make sense? Is this gonna change anything? And yeah,
I would say that the more stuff we recycle, the more we learn, the more that we prove that our equipment can recycle all of these types of plastic, the more information we can put out there. And, what do we know? Anytime that society takes a step, first we have to care enough to do it, and then we have to prove that it's something that's possible to
Right.
do at small scale before it expands. And so that's kind of how I see that part of what we're doing here, is proving out that it is possible to recycle vacuum nozzles or Legos or other things that we're going to get to in a moment. Once we prove that it is possible,
Right.
then someone can build upon that and say, is it economical? What
That's
has
the
to
second
happen?
Part of the question.
yeah.
He asks if it's, do you think it's viable to offer rebranded recycled plastic filament coils, master spool, to the community?
The master spool as a product
Well, I think like,
material. Yeah.
Yeah. So just in case you couldn't hear the question, the part B was really, is it economical to do what we're doing? And I think it's pretty cut and dry well, can we say yes yet?
I mean, our systems do carry a premium, right? I mean, they're well-designed systems that are gonna last a while. If we look at the plastic, right? Like the vacuum nozzles was free material. That material was gonna be thrown away. We got that for free, and we had enough to we had over 10, 15 pounds of plastic that we could have used, and then we could have 3D printed an object. I mean, for us, we're doing something internally, but say you're a 3D printing service that you need to 3D print something with, I mean, you can go and sell that.
I think the thing that kind of kills the economy of it is shipping it. Which is why, we've done samples and we're not, offering let's assume we had a bajillion pounds of Legos for free. We're still not going to, at this point, grind them up and sell the raw pellets. We're not going to do that with vacuum nozzles, even if we have a dump truck full of them.
Or PLA
Because by the time we do all the work, even if we do that at just no profit, by the time we do that and we ship it to you,
I wonder if his question is pertaining to us doing it or some other individual.
we could speak to it in both
Right.
ways. I think if you are not shipping it, and if your time is not, if you're not on the clock for somebody, I think absolutely. But I also believe that it will only get better. If we look at pretty much anything, economies of scale, economies over time with
Right.
future technologies get better. So I see us kind of on the bleeding edge of developing some of this knowledge, releasing some of this information.
That's cool.
And that allows others to say, okay, this can be done.
Right.
If you think about I come back to this a lot for proof of concept, the 4-minute mile. For the longest time, we believed it was impossible for people to run a 4-minute mile. So the first time somebody did it, then all of a sudden other people did it. Now there are athletes in high school who are running 4-minute miles when
That's
it was believed to be
ridiculous.
impossible. So, if we go back 50 years, we started using plastic heavily.
Yeah.
Somebody said, would it ever be possible for me to take this pile of Lego and turn it into
Something
a vacuum
else.
nozzle,
Right.
in my own home for much less than the cost of a car?
Right.
Somebody would say, oh, absolutely not. We didn't understand that
Right.
then. But fast forward and we can.
The hardware, the printers,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Everything's getting easier, everything's getting faster, everything's getting cheaper. So, is it worth it? Yes, because we're producing the information. Is it worth it because it puts dollars in Philabot's checking account? No.
And then if you're an individual, if it's worth it, I think it comes down to what's your output? What are you using the filament for? What are you printing widgets for yourself? I mean, we talked about this. If you're an individual hobbyist with one printer, our systems probably aren't for you, right?
Unless maybe you're printing something that requires a really specific blend. Maybe you
Right.
really want to combine, 8% carbon fiber with something else, maybe with something else, and then you want
Aluminum
it colored or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. If you want to get really specific with what you're making,
Right.
our systems are great for that.
Right. Yeah. It was
Wait,
cool.
do you think we answered that well?
Yep.
Okay,
Nice.
let's move on.
Next.
Intermission's over. Gotta put my drink down. All right. Next, we did CD cases.
CD cases!
He did have an additional comment.
Oh, we got an additional comment on that one. Back to intermission.
So he said if it helps, I'll pay more for usable recycled material for 3D printing. Many others feel the same way.
Yeah, and I think that's a good. Let's talk about our filament real quick. So we use.
Let's restate the question just in case
Okay.
Mike didn't catch
Sure.
it. So
don't
the,
remember
the
what it
secondary comment there from the same person who wrote it. What, Rich, you said the person's name was?
Yep.
So Rich, thanks
Thank
for the
you, Rich.
questions, the comment. The idea that people will pay more for recycled, yeah, I think a lot of us will, but not everyone will.
Yeah, and I think that when we look at filament, we used to sell filament. We're not a filament manufacturing company. We build the hardware so that we can do this recycling, so that customers who have our systems can take plastic, reprocess it, and reprint. Close the recycling. That's why we do it. I think there is a big stigma, and we've talked about this, around recycled materials.
Yeah.
If recycled materials aren't done right, it's not going to be a good material. So you have to do it right. And recycling a polymer, if you bake out all the numbers and you have the best systems, not even Philabot systems, like big industrial ones, it costs more to recycle. It's cheaper to get new plastic from oil, from, other carbon-based materials. It's cheaper to do that than to recycle. So it's a sad, that's like, I think the whole world would be in a different state if it was the other way around.
It used to be that way with paper. Recycled paper was not cheaper. It had a bit of a perception of not being as good. It tended to be a little gray.
Right.
It wasn't as clean looking.
Right.
But we've gotten to a point now where pretty much all paper has some post-consumer content.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I think there's still that shift that's waiting to happen with plastic, and
Yeah.
all plastic in the ocean, stuff
And
like
while
that.
certainly, Rich and others out there, it's important that people speak up and say, yes, we want recycled. We're not the ones, right?
We're not the ones to supply it.
Right.
We're the ones who each strive on getting our hands dirty and doing the research and building the hardware to allow for somebody to do that.
We'll help move it forward, but we're not the ones carrying it.
Right. And we want, that's the thing, when somebody talks about recycled, that's a whole nother like web of confusion, right? Because by the time you're in filament form with one plastic grade, it's already been extruded twice, well, once. It's gone through a bunch of thermal processes,
Yeah.
which technically is a recycling process. So, anyway,
All right.
I hope that answers it. Rich, please comment back if you
Yeah.
have any more questions.
There's been a lot of conversation happening.
Yay!
Cool. All right.
All right, so
Well, let's
we'll roll. Let us know.
talk about this and then
We'll take
tax
questions
them at the
after
end.
this one. Or okay. All right.
Let's let them banter back and forth.
Cool. CD cases. So we
CD
all
cases.
know what CDs are. There wasn't much to.
Weren't there CDs?
Yeah, right, way over there.
Oh.
So the cases, we took a bunch of cases. It's funny that these are all like transparent
Yeah.
and the filament's black. There's
There's those black inserts, right? Yeah.
Well, it was the back of them,
Yeah.
like this section.
Yeah, that part.
Okay, gotcha. So again, we mixed them all together. We didn't have enough to do one type. Ground them up. This filament is a little brittle, but I think that's just
CD cases are brittle.
CD cases are brittle. I mean, we
Super
can
brittle.
right? I mean, that's brittle. That'll break. Like, I hope Otto isn't watching because
Yeah,
I know I was
it's
just
to break
thinking that. Yeah, but I like to break stuff with safety glasses on. We can't have Otto watch this video. Okay,
Why?
because he doesn't wear his safety glasses enough.
Otto, wear your safety glasses.
You're gonna be like our dog. All right.
Hold on. There are people watching that have no idea what you just referenced.
Let's keep them guessing.
Should we?
We have a one-eyed dog. We don't want a one-eyed Otto.
We're
Yeah.
not comparing Otto actually to a dog,
Oh, okay.
right?
I got it.
Yeah, it was an important distinction I felt we needed to make.
Sorry, Otto. All right, CD case filament. This was an interesting one. I think we have something more fun coming down the lines
We do.
with CDs. That's all I'm going to say about that. We ground them up. We made filament. We do have samples of this.
Not anymore.
We don't have No, I think we do. We may or may not. But you should
If
go
it's
check
listed
it
on
out.
the website, philbot.com, you can grab it. If not, you can't.
That was CD cases.
Bam!
Okay, let's take this one a little more seriously. Wait, do we have any questions before we move to this one? What? Oh, sorry. Big conversation over there.
Has your cameraman had too much caffeine? LOL. Hold
hard.
Camera woman.
Rude.
Maybe.
I did have a coffee before that.
Yeah, she has had a coffee.
was a coffee.
I'm not a professional.
You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank
Yes,
you.
you are.
I don't care what they say.
Thanks.
Maybe it's not the camera, maybe we're just all jittery.
I thought we were gonna do this one more seriously.
Remember that time we high-fived because we said the same thing at the same time?
Was that this video? All right, well, if you saw the live on Squatty Potty, we both had to walk away because one of us was crying from laughter.
Which might happen again
Yeah.
today.
This is a Squatty Potty. If you want to see how it's used, well, you can go to their website.
Is it squattypotty.com?
Maybe.
You can probably find it pretty easily.
Yeah, we took all the identification stickers off, so we aren't sure.
There's a unicorn and ice cream coming out of its butt.
We do
good
have
video.
the demonstration in when I sat on the...
You sat on a bucket.
First time I had my pants down on live.
It's squattypotty.com.
Probably not the last. It is squattypotty.com. We are confirming.
They didn't get back to us on what material Squatty Potty is made out of.
What if squatty potties were made out of recycled poop mixed with plastic?
Bleached.
I mean, don't go, right? But
What if it was like, the cow plops?
yeah.
Where they play like frisbee with them? It's a thing. It's
No,
a party
I know it's
game.
a thing.
We could do it that way. There's a lot.
What is it when they play bingo? Where they mark out the field? So here's a fun thing that happens in New England that probably happens nowhere else that listeners might be interested in. Farmers will mark out their fields in a grid, and then you play bingo based on where the cows poop. Real talk.
Wait a minute. We did that at our high school.
Because you're
And
from
they
Milton.
couldn't get the cow back in the trailer. Okay, back to Squatty Potties. It's bad that we like.
It's not.
It is.
This is why people watch.
That's true. All right, so we took Squatty Potties. We ordered 5. This is the 5th one that did not get processed. This is the lucky one. All the other ones got ground into shavings.
We had to cut it up into big chunks.
We did. This was a little too large to fit into our current grinder. Well, our old current grinder. So our non-current grinder.
Our retired grinder.
Our retired grinder. Yeah, we fed it in, ground up really well, and then we 3D printed with it. This was a polypropylene. Polypropylene.
Sounds right.
PP. Printed.
Irony.
I mean, if Squatty Potty gets back to us, they can tell us what plastic, and then we could recycle it better. Squatty Potties actually don't have the recycling logo. We brought that up on the last video. So
Unfortunate.
Can you show the poop?
yes. So then we 3D printed the poop emoji. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is the pile of poo emoji.
It's smiling.
It has teeth.
Rawr.
This material was really interesting because, like, when you touched it, it got dirtier.
Why? Why do you think that is?
I think it's porous. Or like when we printed with it, we either.
But the top, but this isn't, right? We can
That's true.
put our hands all over that. So what is it? Is there, maybe there's a coating? I wonder if there's something on that.
Well, this was
that,
injection molded versus extruded.
I wonder if there's some kind of film on it for sterility.
I don't know.
Squatty Potty, let us know. If you work for the company that's involved with Squatty Potty,
Is
we
this
want to hear from you.
is the Squatty Potty?
Squatty Potty?
Is the Squatty Potty food safe? I can't say potty, so
Probably not.
don't 3D print cups with Squatty Potties. We may have. We do have samples left of Squatty Potty filament.
If it's on the website. Because remember, they might be watching this in the future.
That's true. Whoa! No
Right?
way. Already?
Well, man.
Squatty
Here's a
Potty.
picture of me when I was younger. Every picture is of you when you were younger.
I'm gonna be older by the time I'm done saying this to you. I heard that once. I don't know if I said it right.
You just said it's accurate.
Nice. Okay, you want to do this one? This one's next. Any actually questions?
Yes.
Cool.
So, what about recycling other thermoplastics like packaging material? And
Expanded.
someone asked why, or Richard actually, wants to know why we haven't done water bottles, PET, milk jugs, that kind of thing.
Slow down, Rich. We've only done 6. We need time, man. So again, the question was, why haven't you done X, Y, Z? We are not saying that we are done with these materials, not by a long shot. So we have more stuff coming.
Yeah.
Some materials that I think people will enjoy. I think like the one we're working on today that we're not going to talk about because that's how we do it. I think people will really dig that one once we're done with it.
Yeah, it'll be cool once it works.
Yeah.
Should I dive into like okay, there's 2 grades of plastics, thermoplastics, which Rich brought up, and thermosets that we can't recycle. Our machines is to recycle the widest range of thermoplastics, the plastics that can be reprocessed. Of those categories, there's a whole bunch, and then those have subgrades. Grades we're working with the milk jug, 50/50. We'll be picking that up soon again. And then the milk jugs, we had an issue with our grinder where it can't grind films. So the milk jug, the form of that plastic is a thin sheet, thinner or thicker than a bag, but
Bruce is dying again.
Just need to power through.
I guess we just pause for a second. Oh, because we're not plugged into the Ethernet.
Just
Can we just plug it in?
Yeah, we can plug it in.
With that cord.
I got it. We got this. Make it. Viewers.
It's not gonna kill it.
All right, we should be good now. How's it look?
Working on it.
yep. A page about our Facebook group.
Cool.
So
So the group is kind of honestly.
true.
We had
With the question mark, not writing out the words
Correct.
question mark.
I did try and get question mark spelled out, but
Well, mark question mark. That's enjoyable. What's that? Definitely on. So if it's still going, we're definitely on Ethernet.
does it still say bad?
I think we should
Just keep going.
at this
Just
point.
keep going. This isn't going to be our best one, and that's okay. Everyone can't be our best one.
That's true. All right, are we good with that
Yeah.
question? Next,
Toothbrushes.
brush holder. Oh, we did hold. What tooth with cavities? Okay. Is that
Damn it, Kevin.
Kevin? You're the one slowing it down.
Thing on.
5 minutes in.
We're almost done. We're almost done. We're gonna make
We're
it.
just
deep
gonna
into
go.
this video.
We're gonna
Okay.
go.
Toothbrushes. We have some custom branded toothbrushes. You know, I just realized, don't get my fingernails, they're a little oily.
Well, I gotta.
Boom, boom, boom. So,
Alright.
we took toothbrushes, we
Cut off the heads.
popped the head off.
Like doll heads.
Yeah. And then we
Dandelions.
Dandelions.
And then
I got your head.
and then we ground them up into this kind of fun blue color of filament. And this was this
I had fun with this one.
was good.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Live.
Oh, we talked about that we had this theory about using water to cool the filament as it was extruding. We thought that that might help with that ovality in this, and so much better.
I think is that it for toothbrushes?
It's not a lot to say.
There's not a lot. We do have some sample. We may have some samples of this,
Depending on when in the future or
Yep.
the past you're watching this. So far in the I do if I had time travel, I'd come back and watch this moment.
Get some toothbrush filament on our website.
Not used by one of us before we.
We'll sign it too. So I think that concludes. Let's go into closing.
Yeah. So
Let's go back to the center.
change. Oh wait. Switch this.
Make it more interesting.
There we go. Here.
Yeah, kind of. Okay. In review. Sorry.
No, you go. No, you go. I was just gonna make stuff up.
Well, that was a bad way to say it anyway, so I'll start over. That was our review, our recap of
Our
the
first
past-
six.
First six materials. So we hope, you know what we didn't mention? Okay, so each one of these materials, we have a case study where we go through and we're looking at what's it take to recycle this.
Oh, yeah.
What's it take to put it in the grinder? What's it take?
Right up.
Some there.
There's
a lot.
on these. If I've got cases, what's it gonna take for me to turn those into filament? You can find out. We will tell you.
Right?
We told you. You just have to go look it up.
So we have case
That's what we do.
first. Our six?
First six.
This is our first six.
It's kind of fun doing that.
That's the, yeah. Turkey?
Next week on Film
All
Online,
right.
Shadow Puppets.
Out of filament. We're gonna do it with a robot.
Wrapping it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're wrapping it up. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please do the social thing. Send us an email. Give us a call.
Follow Will Extrude.
Follow Will it. Well, join our group. Join the Will It Extrude.
Will it extrude?
Yep.
Next week,
Yep.
every Thursday, 3 o'clock Eastern. We appreciate your time, your support, your feedback, your comments, your hate, man. Do like us.
Subscribe to
To our channel.
Oh wait, how do we do this? How do we cut the stream off? I always forget. we have to press the button. Who commented? What was our live count? You know what? Don't say it on live.
It's okay. We appreciate everyone. We have fun doing these, if you can't tell. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Okay.
Okay. Keep talking.
You know, when they do this, they shuffle paper.
Yeah, no,
And then they're like, rah, 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 rah. And they cut off the mics, and you know that they're just saying, like, horribly filthy things or
Oh,
something.
for sure, I'd be like,